guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to tell you about the Indian history. The story starts from the first Indians who were from the Indus River civilization. There was a valley in the Indus valleys, and it was known as now Indus Valley civilization. There was 30,000 years ago. 30,000 years ago. So we could tell that they were the first Indians because Homo sapiens ruled the earth for like 10,000 years ago, and now the Indus is in the Pakistan, and this is the Indus. It flows from the Himalayan rivers. So we could tell that here's also the part of Indus, and here's also Indus. And in that Indus Valley civilization, they hunt and eat crops. There was a good field because it was near the Indus River. But and then the Indus Valley civilization, some archaeologists have found a coin where there's written script. There's even a unicorn in that script. So I could confidently say that they have seen a creature like unicorn, and in that script coin, its body was like a cow. In the prehistoric time, they have seen a very big cow with just one horn, which was very long, which was as long as the tip of narwhal. So I could confidently say that they could saw that. And then after the Indus Valley civilization, time of kings appeared, like in BCs. And the first empire of India was the Mayurans. The first king was King Chandragupta Maurya. He defeated King Nanda at 321 BCE. After 321 BCE, his minister Chanakya helped him to defeat King Nanda. So King Chandragupta built an empire. And after building an empire, his sons came, his descendants came. The Mauryan Empire was very great now, and Ashoka the Great was King Chandragupta descendant. King Ashoka the Great built a large empire from Jammu and from here like this up to here, and he even defeat these parts. This was his large empire. And after, after defeating the Odishas, the king Kalinga, he defeated, but at the Battle of Kalinga, he defeated King Kalinga, but he was very sad because many people died. So he followed Buddhism. He followed Buddhism and helped other peoples. He did not do any warfare, but his empire was very large now. So after the Mauryans, there came other dynasty. That was the Cholas, who were from like 6th century to 8th century. They ruled our India, the southern part of India, like for 4 centuries. They ruled even Sri Lanka, that's in the out of our India. And there was a great king in the Chola dynasty who was Raja Chola, who defeated the Pandyans. The Pandyans were also from South India. There were also a dynasty which were defeated by the Cholas. Marco Polo, the European sailor who served King Kabul Khan, the Mongol king, he go and visit the Pandyans. He go and visited the Pandyans also. And then after came the Mughals. Those Mughals were Muslims, but they were related from the Mongols. The Mughal dynasty was the Mughal dynasty also built a large empire. King Babur was the founder of Mughal dynasty. King Babur defeated the Indian kings and then built the empire. And his descendants also came. The Mughal dynasty ruled like 2 centuries India. They could not rule South India. But the Mughal Empire was from Marathas
Great.
to even up to Afghanistan.
Great.
This was the Mughal Empire. In reality, it covers all Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Wow.
So the greatest of Mughal kings was King Akbar,
Wow.
the Great. He had also a great police. King Akbar had 9 courtiers. Which of them the most wise was Raja Birbal. He was a Hindu, but the minister of King Akbar.
Great.
And then after Akbar's son Jahangir, wife Nurjahan was also very great in Mughal dynasty. She do public services. And the Mughal Empire even reaches Bangladesh to some part of this Tripura. This is the Mughal Empire, except this was King Ashoka's empire. This line was, and this line is.
What is empire, boy?
Empire is very big land of a kingdom. And then after King Jahangir's death, Nurjahan also retired from her public services.
Wow.
So after Jahangir's death, his son Shah Jahan and his brothers fought for the emperor's crown. But his big brother won. But do you know how did Shah Jahan became the Mughal emperor? After some time, his big brother know that Shah Jahan means the ruler of this world. And then after some time, King Shah Jahan married a beautiful queen whose name was Mumtaz Mahal. Mumtaz Mahal, after her death, he built the Taj Mahal for her. At the bank of Yamuna. So he had a plan to near his tomb, near her wife's tomb, in the other bank of Yamuna. So in the other bank of Yamuna, he built his tomb again. It carries like 20,000.
Wow.
It carries like 20,000 workers, masons, to build the Taj Mahal. It was made of white marble, and the Red Fort in New Delhi is also made by Shah Jahan. There's also a garden near Mughal Garden, near the Rashtrapati Bhavan. And I mean not the Raj Bhavan. The Red Fort was built by King Shah Jahan. Red Fort.
Okay.
And the Red Fort was built by red stones. And after that, there comes Aurangzeb, who is the son of Shah Jahan, and who fought with his brothers again for power. Aurangzeb win. So he became the Mughal emperor. And then his father Shah Jahan defeated when the Portuguese shopkeepers who came here to for business, but after Shah Jahan know that they created problem, he also defeated him. And after Aurangzeb's death again, the British took. The Mughal became weak, so the British took advantage.
Okay.
And the British took advantage and defeated the Mughals. But before that, Chandragupta Maurya was fighting with King Alexander also. After defeating King Nanda, their first war was at Jhelum. Where was Jhelum? Their first war was at Jhelum. King Alexander the Great. Yes. So I was now in the British. So the British took advantage and
Which year, boy? At what
the
time?
Mughals.
At what time?
After the defeat of Mughals, the British became very strong. They ruled our India for like 247 years. And so that the British took empire. But at 1835, Rani Lakshmi Bai was born. And when she was big, she was married to the king of Jhansi, Gangadhar Rao. So after she married Gangadhar Rao, the king, they have a son, but after only 3 months he died. So after they adopted a baby, his husband Gangadhar Rao died again. So Rani Lakshmi Bai had a great shock. So she carried her baby and sat on her horse Kaura, and then went with her army war. The British wanted her adopted baby, and so their first war was started in 1857. So Rani Lakshmi Bai died near, fought with British and died near Gwalior Fort. So she was very great. She was a freedom fighter. So she is now known as the Queen of Jhansi.
Okay.
And you have heard about Tipu Sultan.
Yes.
Tipu Sultan was also known as the Tiger of Mysore. Now it's in modern Karnataka.
Modern Karnataka, boy.
This is Karnataka state.
Acha.
Modern Karnataka, it's now in Karnataka, Mysore. His father Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan fought against the British. Tipu Sultan was the king from which British were most feared. So after Tipu Sultan's death again, so after Rani Lakshmi Bai also died near Gwalior Fort. Gwalior Fort, the British.
Boy, who was Rani Lakshmi Bai?
Rani Lakshmi Bai was the Queen of Jhansi during 1857.
Okay.
And after that, the British were very powerful. So in 1869, a person named Mahatma Gandhi born. He was also known as the freedom fighter and known as Mahatma. Means a great saint because he never fought. He was very frightened when he was small. But when he became big at the age of 13, he married a girl of age 14. he go to study law and train him and to get trained as a barrister at the age of 19. He go to London. So when he come back, he even go to South Africa. He traveled in a train in the first class, but the South Africans still that sit in the third class, but he refused to sit in the third class because he had the first class ticket. So he was thrown out to the third class.
Oh,
Then Mahatma Gandhi, when he came back, he became a freedom fighter.
great.
He had many followers. In 1907, a person named Bhagat Singh born again.
Good.
He also wanted to do ahimsa, but after following non-violence, Jallianwala Bagh massacre was continued. So he was very angry and he learned how to fight.
Acha.
So he was now a revolutionary.
Revolutionary, no boy.
Yes, he was involved in revolutionary now, like Napoleon. So after he went meet Chandrasekhar Azad, and then Bhagat Singh had a bomb factory in Kolkata. So in that bomb factory, he threw a bomb on the British Assembly button, and nobody died.
Oh,
There was only sound, so Bhagat Singh was in prison
oh.
and he was hanged at 1931.
Acha.
So, but Mahatma Gandhi ahimsa continued.
Good, great.
So Mahatma Gandhi had 3 wise monkey signs.
Hmm.
One monkey said that don't look evil, one tell that don't hear evil, and one tell that don't speak evil.
Wow.
And then Mahatma Gandhi had many followers. Finally, we get freedom in 1947, August 15. And Mahatma Gandhi died at 1948, and Nathuram shoot him dead. That's why he died. So Nathuram was also hanged because of he killed Mahatma Gandhi. Nathuram was the bodyguard of Mahatma Gandhi. So in 1950, well, we get the fur, we get we get republic means
Republic.
yes, we get republic in 1950.
Okay.
So India's first constitution was written by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was known as Bhimrao.
Acha.
So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar write. And then after that, now India is very now very evolved, and it's now the most democratic country.
Okay.
And India is the most democratic country.
Democratic.
I tell you.
Yes, that's right, boy.
And now because India has both Prime Minister and President, now our Prime Minister is Narendra Modi and Ramnath Kovind. Now Indian first satellite is Chandrayaan.
Okay.
Chandrayaan 1 was done by ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. So, thank you, friends. Please like and subscribe.